water, you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned.
Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Prescott on first down. The open man is Westbrook. He'll have a first down past the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And fighting down inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Pretty good start there on plays 1 and 2.
And not discriminating at all, is he? Make sure he's spreading it around on the first 2 throws of the game. 2 different parts of the field as well.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To the air again, Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. 1st down. action. It's Kaepernick. That's into the hands of his running back, McFarland. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's McFarland. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Anthony McFarland hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first step.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Josh Lambo now for the point after. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards. 7-7, our score after one.
Score tied 7-7.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Kaepernick going to throw. Completion here to Claypool. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Pittsburgh.
Running with McFarland. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Escaping the pressure right. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them. So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
On second down, Prescott again.
He'll drop this underneath to Gurley.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. We'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
The tackle made.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards that time. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That one complete. He finds Shark. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Todd Gurley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Jaguars 14, Steelers 7.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Down Steelers.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. He sets to fire deep. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run here with McFarland. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A first throw now for the backup Roethlisberger. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Right side, Claypool's got it. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. He'll swing that out, complete to McFarland. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. McFarland running out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. An inside handoff. This is McFarland. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Anthony McFarland with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Touchdown, Jaguars! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, this will be McFarland. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Time they'll keep it on the ground, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
A gain of 12. First down, Pittsburgh.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Third-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat. And if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Steelers 14.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with McFarland. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
K'Lavon Chaisson drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Westbrook now on the return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because there's some...
This is caught. And takes it. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, 47 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Again, McFarland. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a run with McFarland. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 39, Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st down, McFarland. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That's into the hands of his running back, McFarland. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's McFarland. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 16. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run on first down. McFarland. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Second and 5 now. Roethlisberger.
He'll get this one to McFarland out of the backfield.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This is McFarland.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Roethlisberger.
And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown.
Eric Ebron, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Makes the score.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a 1-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. they're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Prescott from the gun. Looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
On the handoff, it's McFarland.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
The open man is Westbrook. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing here, Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quez Watkins, the intended target.
But now it's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you'll go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jaguars, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
some time to achieve this goal, but he also mentioned that there are a number of challenges. It's not just about lining people up, as you all know, but for people watching, in a football stadium and giving them shots. We have to overcome vaccine hesitancy. We have to get to help communities where they don't have access to health centers. That was outlined, and there were steps to address that were outlined in the president's plan today. This is a bold goal. We're going to work every day to achieve it, and we'll build from there. There's a lot more of the administration to go from there, more work on COVID to be done. Go ahead, President. President Biden is reversing a number of former President Trump's policies, and we're seeing some of President Trump's staff has been imposed on for this time. Is there an attempt to charge Trump officials? There's a new administration, so obviously there are a number of new officials in place. And there was some reporting, for example, and I know this is who you're referencing, so you tell me he's not, up in NLRB. That's an individual who was not carrying out anyone will tell you, not just from our administration, the objectives of the NLRB. And so they're no longer in their position, and we'll make those decisions as needed. As you know, when a new administration comes in, there's a massive changeover in political appointees and nominees and people who will serve in a variety of roles. There are some people, Christopher Wray as an example, I'll just bring him back up, who will continue to serve in his role. But we have great value for career officials, for the officials who have been the heart and soul of agencies across government since long before the Trump administration, but who have served through the Trump administration as well.
Did transition officials know before you started getting to get involved in such a meaningful way?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm happy to check. I mean, when the reporting came out, I asked the question, and I think internally, and what was conveyed to me, and I don't think we discussed this yesterday, was that we've had a lot of outreach, some privately, some publicly, from a range of businesses and private sector entities, and we certainly welcome that, and we'll be considering all of those offers and what makes the most sense in our plans and proposals.
There are some Trump officials saying they were never offered help from Amazon, so they're essentially saying this was a political call for Amazon to wait while monitoring anyone else, but you're saying that is not the case.
I'm not aware of the timeline of when Amazon reached out. That sounds like a question for Amazon to me.
What did you think about all the fines that Trump handed out on his way out the door? Did you know that the DOJ or anyone reviewing any of those?
Well, as you know, we nominated an Attorney General just a couple of weeks ago here in Maryland. We're eager to get it confirmed and becoming news hopefully soon. Our view on the pardons, Jennifer, is that it's not the way, it's not a model for how a Biden Justice Department would work. It's not a model, I should say, for how President Biden would use his own power. He would use his own power far more judiciously. But we are looking forward, and most important for us and for him is that the Justice Department, as we look ahead at independence, makes decisions of their own accord, including their review of any investigations or judicial steps that have been taken. Thank you. I think we're about to conclude here, but because it's my second day, let's take two more questions. Go ahead and it's back.
Yes, it's the president wants to listen to President Bush told President Obama that he should use the foreign power early on. But we know that the foreign power has been dislocated in the last week because of President Trump's pardon. What? And President Biden has decided this the power and judiciously. What's his take on this?
Well, judiciously, and I'm not saying everything is, but just for clarity, it's not meant to convey speed. It's just meant to convey how he approaches it. As you know, he has a long history on judicial issues, having served as the chairman of the Judiciary Committee many years ago. But on day two, I don't have any prediction for you in terms of how he would use the pardon attorneys or the role, but he has great respect for and value for independence, as you know, and for the role of the judiciary and the
wrapping up a press briefing just now. Dr. Fauci making a lot of news by what he said about the Trump administration. Fauci saying he feels liberated, also adding this.
One of the things that we're going to do is to be completely transparent, open, and honest. If things go wrong, not pointing fingers, but to correct them, and to make everything we do be based on science and evidence.
Dr. Fauci also pushing back on a CNN report that the Biden administration was left a mess on the vaccine. Well, how did that sound?
From scratch, is the vaccine distribution effort, or are you picking up where the Trump administration left off?
You know what? We certainly not starting from scratch because there is activity going on in the distribution.
All right, so Greg, obviously that CNN report that the Biden team was starting from scratch on vaccine distribution was fake news. So that's the first fake news story we've seen. Yeah, stay tuned. And also, what did you think about Dr. Fauci right there and his comments about the differences between the two administrations?
Well, okay. When you notice something about him is that he's kind of a political animal. If you ever worked in a company under someone and there's a change, this is normal. He's one of those coworkers that plays the field politically and will always end up being on the side of whoever in charge. Which is why he kind of skewed these talking points at the start that seem contradictory to what actually happened. We saw the briefings. I don't think he did any more transparent in those briefings. Trump said whatever was on his mind. He often quibbled with Fauci. There was nothing Fauci said as advice was ever ignored by Trump. In fact, I think Trump was ahead of Fauci when it came to the travel ban on China. And he was on board with the shutdown the moment that it happened. And he was willing to sacrifice his entire successful effective achievements with an economy with the shutdown. If you listen to the press about that Trump would have done that, I also want to point out that President Presser ran every question is about Trump. I think for the media, Trump's like an old flame who really, really burned you bad. So much so that you just can't let him go. I bet $100, Jesse. The people in the White House press briefing room are going to be drunk, dialing Trump. Late at night when they're alone, Jesse hears his voice. People have been there.
And he might pick up the phone. He might bring up the phone. Personally, the way I feel, if you work for an organization, whether it's an administration or a company, and you're expected to not toe the line, but you're expected to present kind of a united front. If Fauci did not do that, he has never done that, and I honestly agree with Greg. He seems very political. He pivoted really fast right when those administrations changed, and now people kind of have a flash and are kind of seeing the real Fauci.
Well, I think that if you went back, Jesse, there were many times on this program where we would point to the fact that Dr. Fauci defended President Trump and said that President Trump was very engaged in operating more speedily within that court. He defended President Trump and saying he listens to me, that there's
Yes, we all have been there, and we have some more sound from Dr. Fauci. We'll play it and Juan can react to that.
And it was very clear that there were things that were said, be it regarding things like hydroxychloroquine and other things like that, that really was uncomfortable because they were not based on scientific fact. I can tell you, I take no pleasure at all in being in a situation contradicting the president, so it was really something that you didn't feel that you could actually say something and there wouldn't be any repercussions. But the idea that you can get up here and talk about what you know, what the evidence, what the science is, and no, that's it, let the science speak. It is somewhat of a liberating feeling.
Oh, Juan, aren't we so glad that Dr. Anthony Fauci feels liberated inside? From what I remember, I mean, he spoke a lot during the Trump administration. He was on every TV show for months.
I think you forget that for a long time he wasn't even allowed. I mean, he was doing podcasts. He's been excommunicated, told to go to his corner, not invited to.
There's some very popular podcasts on.
Yeah, okay, I'm just telling you, he wasn't allowed out of here. You said he saw. But anyway, my point to you is I think it's pretty clear that he's saying he's much more comfortable hearing from President Biden that the science and the evidence will carry the day. And you know, I think he was a good employee. He's a good scientist. Remember, he works for the National Institute of Health, and he wanted to help President Trump, and he wanted to have President Trump's ear. I think Dr. Birx also was someone later excommunicated who felt it's best to have a presence with the President of the United States during a health crisis. Now, obviously, the President subsequently brought in other doctors. Let me just leave it there. But he brought in people who were just telling him what he wanted to hear. And Birx and Fauci, they got the book. And so today, to hear him say, you know, science and evidence will carry the day, I think he's just speaking the truth.
All right, David, give you the last word.
We saw in how Dr. Fauci was treated by the press, how, well, maybe every member of the Biden administration will be treated, because he got the go-to question, how do you feel? It's the figurative neck rub and the foot massage that he gets in public. And by the way, can we just point out, Dr. Fauci is not infallible. He went on 60 Minutes in front of the American people in early March and told them don't bother wearing a mask, when all of Asia, for literally years, had been wearing a mask. Of course, the CDC changed its guidance. But let's stop acting like this guy has gotten it right all along. Trump got it right pushing the vaccine. And I'll also note that President Biden got very testy earlier in the afternoon when asked about if 100 million vaccinations in 100 days was enough. And he said, when I announced it, you all said it wasn't possible. Well, nobody said that to the press. Everybody just shook their head. Yeah, you're right. He said, come on, give me a break, man. It's a good start. So he's getting a little testy, getting a little thin-skinned. If it was Trump, he'd be called, well, a lunatic. But that's fine.
So we got our first come on man, and we got our first CNN fake news story. We're off to a good start.
Yes.
Up next, more anarchy courtesy of Antifa. The far-left group creating all kinds of chaos after Biden's call for unity.
Warnings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis. When considering another treatment, ask about Xeljanz, a pill for adults with moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis where methotrexate is not good to know. Xeljanz can help with joint pain and swelling, stiffness, and help stop the joint damage even without methotrexate. Xeljanz can lower durability to back infections. Report and drug treatment. Your doctor should check for infections and have TB and do blood tests. Tell your doctor if you will have infections in your sleep. Let infections to bronchial infections, serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers, including lymphoma, and blood clots in that. Taking higher recommended doses of Xeljanz monitoring limits risk of death. There's been studies that tested serious allergic reactions to allergies. Don't let another morning go by without asking your doctor about a pill that was prescribed for already more than 7 years ago. Xeljanz.
sweet and simple. The delicious taste of Lucerne will teach you the sweet that you crave while helping you manage your blood sugar with nutrients and supporting you. Cruising out to the world of toleration for the game and your brain was 30 days from the story. You can watch it now. Cheese and goodness will reach the team. The dishwasher mode has Google Assistant. It allows you to control all sorts of things. Like the lights. And the door. Lock the door. And of course, your TV. What it can control? Keen snap radar. Dishwasher remote with Google Assistant. Dish. Tune in to you. The Weed Killer Roundup has been linked to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
The manufacturer, Brown, has set aside over $10 million victims of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
If you would like to look at non-Hodgkin's lymphoma after using the popular Weed Killer Roundup, call now.
You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
Call now. Find out if you may qualify in under 2 minutes.
Call 1-800-675-2900. That's 1-800-675-2900.
Our investigation into the Hunter Biden scandal continues. We'll hear from a computer repair shop owner who had Hunter's laptop and Newt Gingrich reacts to it all tonight.
Hi, I'm a new customer and I like your best new smartphone. Well, I'm an existing customer and I'd like your best new smartphone.
Actually, it's for both new and existing customers.
Oh, I feel silly. But I do want the best 5G network. Oh, I don't know if it's the best network.
Are we actually doing this again?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives everyone the same great deal, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free when you trade in.
How much is $250,000? It's been most skipping. Never worked with contacts at Microsoft. Intense.
What have you said?
Emotional time with the sisters' lives. I just want to really bad. What did you do? But get ready. How you manage
How are we on motion?
because it's just.
This is crazy.
Get started.
Great. David Outreach.
Teleparent Systems returns January 27th. Catch up now.
Left-wing chief advocates not listening to President Joe Biden's call for unity. Instead, they rampage through the streets of West Coast cities. Police declaring an unlawful assembly in Portland last night after far left thugs attacked the ICE facility. Earlier in the day, rioters smashing windows at Oregon's Democratic headquarters. At least 8 people were arrested. In Denver, protesters burned American flags outside the state capitol building. And finally, in Seattle, anarchists damaging an Amazon store, courthouse, and the country's first ever Starbucks. Republican Senator Tom Cotton warning that these rioters are not going to stop just because Joe Biden is president.
I remember the media and the Democrats blaming all this Antifa violence on Donald Trump, and yet here we have Joe Biden in the White House, and Antifa still rampaging the streets of Portland, Seattle, Denver. This was a report I made months ago. This was one I made 2 weeks ago. Then when you have a mob using violence in a political end, it doesn't matter what slogan they're chanting or flag they're waving. They have to be met with force.
Sides get a very different shape in it, Frank.
Well, I don't really care for the tone of your voice, Dagan, when discussing an idea. I mean, we've been told by our president that Antifa is an idea, and that's all it is. And clearly, if you look at the sheer numbers, Dagan, it is mostly peaceful. And remember, their dissent is patriotic. Yours, however, is criminal and shall be punished with censorship and deprogramming. However, I just got word that these peaceful protesters in Oregon have already been bailed out by Kamala Harris, Lady Gaga, and Chrissy Teigen, which is great news. Only a few of them are violent, so that's cool. But I really, the thing, I'm kidding, that didn't happen. I think the bottom line here is there's a difference in treatment because the Democrats, they pick their mobs, whereas the Republicans, we condemn them equally. We think Antifa's disgusting. We saw NBC, we felt that was disgusting. We just find the whole idea
lawlessness to be discussing. We're just waiting for the Democrats to catch up.
Speaking of Democrats, Dana, I want you to listen to this sound from John Brennan, who had something to say about, well, racist bigots and libertarians.
Members of the voting team who have been nominated or have been appointed are now moving in laser-like fashion to try to uncover as much as they can about what looks very similar to insurgency movements that we see overseas, where they germinate in different parts of the country and they gain strength and it brings together an unholy alliance, frequently, of religious extremists, authoritarians, fascists, bigots, racists, nativists, even libertarians.
Libertarians. I wanted to play that so much because it's actually a joke on Twitter that libertarians are a bunch of degenerates. And I don't know what they're even reading that, and then I just came up with it, but it's like fascist, bigots, racist, and even libertarians are so unintentionally hilarious to me. And the other thing I would point out is that I thought on the Antifa stuff, these cities are just accepted. It's not novel. This is like, it's just Saturday night, or whatever, like, if it's saying it just happened. Ari Fleischer tweeted, I can't take credit for it, and I agree with everything he said. They should be treated the same as the Capitol rioters. Where's the digital evidence? Let's get the FBI on it. Let's look at the faces of the ones that are not, masked up completely. They should be treated the same as the rioters.
Yeah, after the riot on Capitol Hill, every conservative who follows and find them, arrest them, prosecute them, put them in jail. But part of the problem, Juan, is say in Portland, where there was unrest or rioting violence overnight. Portland police, of all the cases that they've referred since the spring of last year for prosecution, that it's about 75% of them, the DA in Multnomah County declined to prosecute. So it's like the cases are referred to the DA and that's not really a crime, but it is.
I don't know what the thinking is behind that, because I think all this crime is to be condemned. But I will say that when you see this kind of criminal activity, this kind of anarchist activity taking place under a new president, it indicates it's not political. They're attacking the Democratic headquarters there. So I think that this is quite different than when you see intentional violence against the United States Capitol in the midst of certifying an election that has been, scoped by the president himself, President Donald Trump. That's a political action. And I think we need to make a clear distinction, because I think right now you see a lot of people trying to distract or somehow say, oh, this is just like what happened. No, it's not just like what happened at the Capitol of the United States. This is not an effort to absolutely undermine our democratic processes. These are people who are criminal. These are people who may be anarchists, as I said. I don't know. But they should be condemned. They should be prosecuted. I don't have any question. But to say that somehow equal to what happened at the Capitol, I think that's an effort to distract and distort.
Crime is crime. They do it for 9 months. Why? Stop it.
Oh, yeah, 9 months. I think what I saw was something that was so damaging for at least 9 months. That, even yesterday at the inauguration,
Why do you keep running so about it? Why do you keep having fun? You condemn it and then you go, but this is work. You can't condemn it. That's your problem. You
I can condemn it. I condemn it unequivocally. I'm telling you, and again, I'm telling you, not to be equated at your convenience with what happened in the Capitol.
Let me get this. Please.
Okay, so Juan says it's not political, but they're chanting abolish ICE and defund the police. Where have I heard that before, Juan? Also, Juan, we were told that on Inauguration Day, there were going to be 50 armed militias surrounding every single Capitol protesting the inauguration. There were none. And they were all violent anarchists and Antifa and Black Lives Matter protests that were causing violence on Inauguration Day. So that narrative popped. Also, Juan, only 200 Trump supporters entered the Capitol out of 75 million. That adds up to 0.0002% of Trump supporters if did anything wrong. I remember during the war attack and all these body parts are flying all over the world. And you guys on the left were always quick to say, you can't link that to Islam. You can't use that to justify spying on all Muslims. But here, with an infinitesimal amount of Trump supporters close violence, you're ready to conflate it. You're ready to condemn all Trump supporters and take the entire national security state and investigate them like they're like radical domestic terrorists just because they voted for change. You can't have it both ways.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the president spoke to them. He told them to march to the Capitol. They did, and they tried to destroy democracy. I don't know how that's how that's happening things in their mind.
I just want to add,
I'm not confused.
Jesse's not confused, and I will add what's different now about fighting terrorism is that these all-powerful, unchecked technology monopolies have been co-opted by the Democrats, and they're shutting down conservative speech, and they're putting businesses under. And that's dystopia, to use that left-wing word. Up next, Nancy Pelosi argues impeachment could bring the country together.
Hi, I'm Peter Devane. I see the world in crisis. Political upheaval, an unstable government trying to print their way to have money from us. I've become very concerned. That's why I buy gold every chance I get. I even like the fuel. I buy my gold from Rosling Capital because I trust them. No 0 or 1% over cost savings. Rosling will beat any price of any coin at any time. Just call. And Rosalind ships my gold faster than anyone else, and that's important. You can also put your gold in a retirement IRA. So protect yourself from the chaos. Invest in stability with Rosalind Capital.
Call Rosalind Capital now to get you a free gold kit, free silver kit, and free IRA kit with smart ways you can transfer or roll over your IRA. Call 800-630-8900. 800-630-8900. 800-630-8900. The Chevy Silverado travels. When you have a 2-inch limit. When you have Goodyear drug track tires. When you have retro shocks and an integrated dual exhaust. When you have all that, last thing you'll need is a road. The Chevy Silverado travels. Ready to off-road. Right from the factory.
And if we do it, we get to tell you how to use for customized smart systems. So you don't pay for what you need. Now we just did
Only pay for what you need.
When you have diabetes, managing your blood sugar is crucial. Try Boost Glucose Control. The patented blend is clinically shown to help manage blood sugar levels. Boost Glucose Control products contain high-quality protein and key nutrients to support immune health. Try Boost.
The Planters is for the cravers. Crunchy, savory cravers. And the cravers that deserve something special. Planters Deluxe makes us stay satisfied.
Hey, Dale, what's up? How you doing? I'm good. Guess what? I just had my 13th surgery. Really? How are you doing? I'm doing good. I mean, could I say how people are coming together to help each other during times like these? Kind of like those friends hospitals for pilgrims that for us. Imagine if I didn't get my surgery. Who knows what would have happened? Same for me. I know I'm not trying to stop families from continuing to take care of kids like us who need them most. All because of kind people like you. Like me? No, the people watching us right now at home. We hope you'll call it financially right now. You'll be making are amazing doctors and nurses who keep helping kids like us who need them now and in the years to come. But you get $19 a month. We'll send you this adorable love to us you put in as a thanks. He's the life of the kid you're helping
Democrats promised a vote, actually. Americans already gave the way by problems. Some of their plans. The party reportedly doesn't expect to pass the new COVID relief bill until Monday. And despite Biden's calls for unity, they're moving forward on impeachment. Speaker Pelosi says the process watch this.
Fact is, the President of the United States committed an act of incitement of insurrection. I don't think it's very unifying to say, oh, let's just forget it. That's not how you unify.
I was looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, I think the current holdup in the Senate is because McConnell won't agree to a power sharing deal. How is that the Democrats?
Well, wait, Schumer is saying he won't agree with the deal. Here's one of the things that the Democrats were possibly left with it. They did not think they were going to win the school board Senate run operation. So they are not prepared. They don't have staff. They don't have any plans in place. They're not ready to go. So there's that. The other thing is that people like Senator Collins and Collins and others are saying, you want to have a discussion and an agreement about filibuster protection now before we agree to anything else. I think that is totally reasonable because it is the bedrock of the whole legislative process in the Senate. I don't think that's unreasonable. And I think that Chuck Schumer, look, understandably, he wants to tell McConnell to pound sand because there's a lot of pent-up demand. They think that McConnell has been his big obstructionist. The other problem is they only got 50 last Kamala Harris in the Senate. So it's good. It's very difficult for them to get anything done. The first thing that needs to happen is a discussion about the filibuster.
All right, so Greg, let's talk about that. Why should Democrats agree not to end the filibuster before they know whether Republicans are going to work with them?
Well, I just want to go back onto this whole segment. They are focusing on impeachment instead of the COVID package. That's what we should be talking about here, because it sounds incredibly familiar, Juan, to what happened in January, when there should have been everybody in our government focusing on the coronavirus, what was happening with those disturbing videos coming out of China, and there was a hearing going on about this mysterious illness. We were neck deep in impeachment thanks to the very same people who are obsessing over Trump right now under the guise of unity. And it shows you how dangerous and phony this unification rhetoric is, because it's only unifying against people that they're identifying as evil, right? They're masquerading their own divisive hate as a unifying process. Meanwhile, once again, ignoring the COVID package and demonizing 74 million people. It's the ever-expanding target of retribution. You start at that bullseye center with Trump, and then you work your way out to staffers, supporters, voters, and now anybody who's not truly in resistance.
Big, let's just pick up on Greg's point then. I don't think unity means no accountability, and you can't impeach somebody who tried to lead an insurrection against the government.
That's your opinion, and that means that what Greg is saying is that, well, one, Greg always says it was never about Trump. It was about basically anyone who did not kowtow to the left-wing ideology. So they're coming after you if you don't fall in line and agree with them, number one. Number two, it's about helping people. There's 16 million Americans who are collecting some form of ideology. I want Nancy Pelosi to stand in front of her camera and actually show some honesty and speak to them and say, you know, we're not helping you because I'm addicted to Trump. I can't get away from it, so we're going to pursue impeachment rather than the aid. And by the way, they ought to hurry up on the aid because killing the Keystone Pipeline killed up to 10,000 high-paying union jobs. We rejoined the Paris Climate Accord. That's an extra $1,500 in cost every year to Americans, while China still gets to build coal-fired power plants. So speaking of kowtow, we can get over for China.
Jesse, McConnell, the Republicans didn't approve one of Biden's nominees before he took office. So McConnell's seen this as an obstruction. So why should the Democrats, Republicans just, we don't expect you to play along with us.
Well, Biden has a very small window to get his deal done, Lon. Everybody knows that, but the word in Washington is that he doesn't have a strategy. He's known for 3 weeks he had the Senate, and everyone's saying, hey, Joe, what do you want to do with the COVID thing? And he hasn't told them what he wants to do. He only has 2 options, Lon. He can go big and bipartisan. That takes about a month and a half. Or he can go smaller and partisan by nuking the filibuster, and that can come out quicker. So you have big and slow, fast and more narrow, one party's happy or both parties happy. You know the drill. But everybody's saying, hey, Joe, make a decision, and he won't act because he has no leadership or managerial skills.
Wow, okay. Ahead, new claims of cancel out the publishing industry, joining together to shut up conservatives. Next on the pod.
Are you ready to join the tours? Those who do the work with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent, the add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Dupixent isn't about breathing problems. It can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and help prevent severe asthma attacks. It's not a steroid, but can help reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you're rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. And don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Do more with less asthma. Talk to your asthma specialist about Dupixent. If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help.
You make USAA insurance for members like Mark, an Air Force member, they're doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage. That's thankful. USAA insurance made just the way Martin's family needs it. When NASA claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
You can tell it here again, along with my sunset, with Relief Factor. And just being in our warehouse here brings back some pretty fun memories. Our first warehouse was abandoned in 2020, and this was just 5 years ago. Early on, we started receiving some amazing testimonials from people who have been in all kinds of pain, literally from head. For the last 8 years, I've been in bed. After taking one of these back, when I woke up in the morning, I could close my hands, stand on my feet, killing, gardening, woodworking, and just the sense of life that I didn't have. It's been amazing. Relief Factor has 4 key ingredients that help your body deal with even lower inflammation. And now tens of thousands are taking Relief Factor every day. This is why Sutter created the free food strength and then discounted it for only $19.95. We want it easy and inexpensive. Relief Factor. Let's see what we can build today. Ta-da! There you go. Skyrocketing steam in 4 direct lines. Now for free in the App Store and FOE.tv.
Why should you switch to Pearson? Because they use the same network as the local providers. For launch plans. With plans starting at $20 a month for unlimited talk, text, and 2 gigs a day. With no contract. The average family saves you $70 a month by switching to Pearson. And remember, you'll get the same number of bars because it's on the same network as the larger providers. Dial #250 and say Pure TV to save 50% off your first month. Pearson. Simply smarter wireless.
Veteran homeowners, during uncertain times, money in bank can bring you and your family real peace of mind. 3-5 Plus from UJ USA can make it happen. 3-5
financially or otherwise by signing on to a letter, yes, a letter, titled Notebook Deals for Traders. It demands that publishers ban memoirs by former Trump officials. So I guess this is an interesting way to write or rewrite history, to simply ban the writing of it by people you disagree with. This is like a really easy solution.
Yeah, only people listen to it. I think that there's a huge financial opportunity, and I guarantee you these book publishers don't listen to these calls for canceling anybody who ever worked in the Trump administration. There's 74 million people plus out there who would gladly pick up one of these books, and especially, again, just make some money, especially given the fact, here's a little tidbit from the interwebs. Frank and Jim Comey's new book that came out the first week of January, it opened at 1% of the first week's sales of his last book. It literally is the biggest drop-off in the history of book publishing. So don't put your chips on Frank and Jim.
Comey's not good with the Tomies. How's that, Jesse, for a rhyme? You know, Jesse, you could publish one pro-Trump book every day for the next 10 years and still not match the contemporary output of anti-Trump screeds that are already out there. So why do they need to ban anything when they're so far ahead?
Because they're soft. And if you think about it, the people on that list, they're not even editors. They're just small people that are in academic circles that they can't cut a deal with any of these big shot Trump people, even if they had the juice. You're telling me Pence, Pompeo, Meadows, Kushner, Stephen Miller, those guys can't write their story? That's a part of the historical record. They were in the room for coronavirus, for the Mideast peace deal, for the Kim summits. The American people deserve to know that. This isn't the first controversial administration that we've ever had. What about Nixon and Watergate? What about Truman dropped the A-bomb or FDR put the Japanese in internment camps? You're saying nobody that worked for any of those guys gets to tell their side of the story? That's absolutely insane.
Well, you have to agree. I mean, you write books. This is scary stuff. And books should have daring subject matter because people pay for the books. It's not like Twitter where it's free, therefore you can ban it. It's, you know, this is like the last bastion. This is, you ban this stuff, it's over.
Well, I see a little different with it because to my first and foremost, these are private companies, and I think, you know, the publishing aspect's a private business, and I think conservatives would appreciate that a private business has the right to set its own rules and decide who they want to publish. So I don't think there's any question. I mean, right now you see some of the radio stations setting rules for people, so you can't say that the election was going to stop that. Or you see that corporate donors are saying they don't want to back people in Congress, politicians, who took part in trying to block the certification of Biden's win as president. So that, I mean, these are decisions being made by private companies, and I think everybody respects that. To my mind, if it was a matter of censoring somebody, I would be totally against it. I don't think it's a matter of censoring. They say these people are traitors to the Republic, and they don't see that as good for America.
So that's interesting, Dan. Did you notice that? It's like they can control the distribution of speech, but if they decide, because they're pressured by a mob, it's okay, because in their head, they're traitors, right? So it's like, it's totally okay to be pressured by a mob to ruin somebody's career, because what drives me crazy is what one just said, you just can't say the election is stolen. What does that mean that you just can't say something? You just can't say something. That's what we're at. I have a right to say stupid things, as I've proved it many times on this show.
Thomas Spence is the publisher of Mercury, and they picked up the John Smalley book and published a lot of conservative books. And he said that, first of all, I think this letter of 500 is like really kind of like junior staffers. So they're, again, the younger staffers are making it harder for the adults, but the adults need to talk about family and say, go do that. The other thing is, these books get to be more famous. Greg, you already was major. I know you've read all the books that you could think of in history that were like staying power.
Yeah.